Okay, I have to make sure that I don't spend all of my time on this ridiculous part because the intro is not important and I'm running out of time because my battery hasn't charged. Sorry guys, I haven't been around for 2 weeks. I've been traveling away from home, seeing family and friends. I've been like doing road trips and having monumental piano burning times, but I've also managed to keep on top of my reading goals, which is absolutely fantastic, and I'm finally home, as you can see. The book I read this week is, of course, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I don't really have a lot to say about it because it was just so good, because I read it right now because I've been thinking about reading it for a little while, and then the movie was coming up and I knew we were all going to get together and see the movie, so I was like, I'm going to real quick read the book before the movie, and so I bought it and I read it and it was brilliant. I really enjoyed everything about it. I got a little bit freaked out in the first few chapters, but that was because of my own personal experience, and the last 2 weeks I've been pretty rough, so getting through that first little problems in the novel was a little bit sad for me, and I lost a night of sleep and I just kind of was a bit troubled, but I think that was just effective writing and my own personal experience coming together to form like, oh my god, what if this happened to me sort of moment. But then the storyline kicked off, we found the house and we met the peculiar children, and it just was really good. There's so much in this novel that I enjoyed so much. One of the monsters, and there's a little paragraph description of the monster, and just the physicality of the monster really intrigued me, and I could see it so vividly, and the descriptive words were just absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say about the book, is that I'm really excited for the movie, and that I think my mind space for the book was in a good spot because I knew the movie was going to be produced by Tim Burton, so my headscape's not going to be too different to the landscape in the book and the movie, so hopefully that all combines together to make an amazing movie, and I'll find out if I like it real soon. I'm excited for it and I'm pumped to see it, so that's so awesome. Another thing I'm going to do really quickly while I'm here is give you a book haul of the books that I've collected over the last week. When I bought Peculiar Kids, I didn't think it was there, and so I decided to have another book from my TBR instead, because you can't just go into a bookshop and not buy a book. So I bought Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell with me, and then I asked the lady at the desk when I was buying it if maybe they did have a copy of Miss Peregrine's, and they did, and so I bought both because I couldn't say no once I'd already decided I wanted it. So I picked this one up, which I'm really excited to read, and have been since my first video about Rainbow Rowell's Fangirl. So that's that one I'm excited for. These next 4 books I got at Vinnie's shopping, because I was out in the country and I knew that Vinnie's shops and salvos are much cheaper when you go out into the country, so I picked up for 50 cents each these 4 books. The Little Mermaid, I have a whole Disney collection of them. I'm slowly building them up. Just when I find them I buy them. And then I picked up One Night Stand, which is just fun and cute. It's by Julie Cohen, and it says it's a smart, sparky, lovely escapist treat, which is why I bought it, because I thought it would be a nice little escape for a little while, another little chick flick to read. And then I picked up this beautiful book, which is written by the person who wrote The Girl with the Pearl Earring, Tracy Chevalier. It's called Burning Bright, and it's pretty. I don't know much about it. I picked it up basically for its cover. I do that a lot. Don't judge a book by its cover. I picked up a Dawn French book. I love Dawn French. Like, seriously, she's hilarious. She's a really good comedian, and the fact that it says extremely funny on the front page by the Sunday Times, I just knew it was going to be. I was like, yeah, of course it's going to be. And it's called A Tiny Bit Marvelous, and it's got a small dog on the front cover. I'm really excited to see how Dawn French writes, because I like her comedy style and I like her personality, and I think that it would be really interesting to see how that transfers across onto the page. The next book is a beautiful copy of The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. My friend has given this to me. Very keen to read it after reading the short story by Patrick Rothfuss in Rogues. And the last book that I picked up was actually my mum's, that I picked up from my brother, that I'm going to read at some point. It's called 10% Human. It's a sciencey book, and 10% human is because of all of the creepy microbes that we have living in our bodies, keeping us alive. So lastly, I just want to talk real quick about a book that I've borrowed from a friend, and it's a graphic novel. It's by Neil Gaiman, it's The Sandman, which I thought was going to be absolutely amazing. I thought I was going to really, really enjoy it, but it turns out I don't really like graphic novels. I don't really like seeing the words and the pictures on the page. It was all very busy and I couldn't focus and concentrate. It is amazing. I'm not saying don't buy it, don't love it, because definitely buy it and love it, but it just wasn't for me. I was so surprised. I was hoping that I would get really, really into it, but I just found I couldn't actually read it. Like, I kept getting distracted and put off and just irritated by the formatting, which was really sad. So some of the pictures are just absolutely brilliant. Like, they look really convincing and I want to know the story, but obviously not enough to get through. I mean, the words themselves are probably completely fine, but because they're in little segmented bits that I just get so distracted and my brain just doesn't really comprehend what's happening. Maybe I can't slow down enough to read a graphic novel. Maybe that's something I could work on in the future, but I just don't know. I just really didn't enjoy the process of reading it at all. Just sadly, it wasn't for me. I really wish it was. Maybe because I've just been reading too many novels lately that getting into... Yeah, see, it's cool that getting into comics just isn't working for me. So thank you so much for lending this to me, but I think I will give it back pretty, like, right now. I didn't enjoy it, sadly. I sadly didn't enjoy it. So that's another interesting quirk. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you're having an absolutely splendid day, week, year, month, lifetime, and I will see you again really soon. I've got a couple of vlogish type videos coming up about the things I've done in the last 2 weeks. 3 of them, a road trip one, a zoo one, and then a piano barbecue one that I'm not sure I'm going to post. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I will talk to you soon. Alright, how do you turn this thing off?